Welcome to Dare a New Belief, a place to discover what is possible for your life after the loss of a loved one, and where you will find inspiration, insight, support, and love, and hopefully a bit of laughter to help you through your day. Now, here's your host, Nada Hogan.
Welcome to Dare a New Belief, where you will find light and life, love and joy, healing, faith, and hope. A place where you get to believe in what is possible for your life. I'm your host, Nada Hogan, and today I have the great honor and privilege to bring back Martin Javinsky. And Martin, 40 years ago, heard the call of his soul. And since then, he has dedicated himself to bringing soul into the world, in his own life, and in the lives of people that he touches. Martin is truly honored to serve as a healer, a teacher, and a catalyst for transformation. For 30 years, he was a massage therapist, licensed acupuncturist, and a psycho-spiritual healer. For the last 15 years, he has been on faculty at Northwestern Health Sciences University in Bloomington, Minnesota, helping to prepare other fortunate souls to enter the healing profession. Martin is a husband, father, friend, and family member. Today, he lives his mission by serving as a transformational healer, teacher, speaker, writer, and life coach. And he continues to explore what it means to be a spiritual being having a human experience. Welcome back, my dear friend, Martin.
Thank you, Nada. Happy to be back.
So glad that you are. So, for the listeners, if you missed part one, please go back and listen to part one, because we cover so much information that might tie in and make more sense in part two. But I want to dive right in here because the time is going to go by so quickly. And to start off this time, I want to ask you because we've talked about you being a psycho-spiritual healer. We talked a lot in the last episode about spirituality and being a spiritual being, having this human experience. Can you explain what a psycho-spiritual healer is and what it is that you do?
Yes. So psycho-spiritual healing, at least the way that I learned it, I went to a school in New Jersey called a Society of Souls, and the form of healing that I learned is called non-dual Kabbalistic healing. A very wise and beloved teacher named Jason Schulman. He was the founder of the school. He's a Buddhist teacher and a Kabbalist. The Kabbalah is the mystical aspects of Judaism. So basically, I called myself a psycho-spiritual healer because nobody would have any reference if I said I'm a non-dual Kabbalistic healer. They wouldn't know what that means.
You're wrong.
Yes, right. Yes. Sometimes I'm not sure what it means. But the way it looks very similar to therapy. So when someone comes in to see me, whether in my office or over Zoom or over the phone, I'm sitting with them and I'm having a conversation with them. And they are coming to my office for some issue, some problem they're having in their lives. So we sit and we talk about the problem for a while. But I'm not a therapist. I'm not trained as a psychotherapist. And so I'm not listening as a therapist. I've had lots of therapy. I've worked with lots of different healers in my life. Therapy generally tends to focus on the psychology of a person. And I am listening very differently. So last week, I talked about how I see people as luminous light beings. I see this shimmering. So I'm listening to what they're telling me very clearly from a human standpoint, but I'm also listening from a spiritual standpoint. I'm listening with my heart. If people are familiar with the chakras, I'm listening with again, when I'm doing this well and I'm in present time, I'm listening with my whole being to their whole being. And so I'm not only listening to their words, but I'm listening to what some part of them might be saying beyond words. And so I'm listening from a spiritual perspective and a psychological perspective and a physical perspective too. So I listen to them for a while, and just having someone witness and see that part of us, I think, is healing in and of itself. And so then I'm listening to them for a while, and then I arrive at there's a series of healings that I learned to do, and I guess the best way I could describe it is it's energy work. Sometimes I'm putting my hands on people, although not these days. But I just sit and I do these various healings, and it really shifts people's consciousness. So that's the best way to describe psycho-spiritual healer.
Yeah. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Yeah, and it's amazing. I know that people that have had any kind of, even like Reiki, or when you're not even actually touching the body at all, and how they can feel that energy. And so when the body actually gets touched, how people can integrate stuff so much, not just because they're getting touched, but just the energy in the body and how they can integrate it, or how the practitioner can find where there's more issues, or knows that this is the next avenue that I need to go down and pursue some questions down here to help this person heal more. So I love how you describe that. That is beautiful.
Yes.
Martin, I wanted to ask you, how did you get into that field? How did you get led into that? Because that's not something that's just a common thing. How did you find this school?
Well, that's a good question. I had been a massage therapist for about 10 or 12 years, and I loved it. I loved getting my hands on people, but there was some deep part of me that was calling out. I wanted to be of service to people in a different and deeper way, right? So having explored my own inner world for so many years, I knew how important it was for me, and I had accumulated so much wisdom and awareness that I wanted to give back to people, and so I wanted to be able to do more than just give them massage. And I don't know where it was. I can't tell you. Somewhere someone told me about this mystery school out east. That's all I knew. And I did this Google search, and I couldn't find anything. I knew it was based in the Kabbalah, which really, since I grew up Jewish, that really was attractive to me. And I searched and searched and searched, like for 2 or 3 years, and I could not find anything. And one day, early in the morning, I couldn't sleep, and I got up, and I did the same Google search that I had done dozens of times, and the school popped right up. And I don't know what to make of that. Maybe nothing, but it may be that it was hidden from my eyes somehow until I was ready for it. And so I found the school, and I went out for an introductory weekend and absolutely loved it and signed up. I live in Minnesota, and so I flew back and forth to New Jersey for every couple months for about 5 years, and it was a transformational experience.
Yeah. Wow. That's beautiful. I love how it showed up. It reminds me of the expression, the teacher will show up when the student is ready.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. It was. Yep.
Fabulous. Oh my gosh. So Martin, I know that you are an explorer of life. with a mission to help people awaken to their inner brilliance so they can live a life that they truly love. So my question to you, what does it mean to you waking to your inner brilliance? I love this. I love this conversation.
Yes. Well, I think well, I can speak from personal experience. By the time I was a young man, a sort of a trance had come over me. I had gone through my childhood and my teenage years, and I was a young man. I came into adulthood, and by then I had been kind of indoctrinated into the ways of society, the rules and regulations. Like a perfect example is I found early in college, I found my passion was to be a writer. And like I felt that was, that's why I'm on earth, is to be a writer. That's my passion and my mission. But I said to myself, well, I can't really make a living at that, so I'm not even going to do it. And so I put it off. So I went into this trance where I was just following the rules, and then I got a job doing something I didn't like, and that led to another job. And then pretty soon I'm in my 30s, and this trance comes over me, and I forgot my spiritual nature. I forgot who I really am. I forgot that of the world of possibilities. I forgot all of my gifts, writing being the main one. I forgot about this whole other luminous side of myself. And the years dragged on, and I just felt miserable. I just felt like I said, I was in this trance. And through the process of me doing my own healing work, working with various types of healers, and just, doing lots of journaling and lots of my own training and my own work, I slowly am waking up. And as I wake up, I see my own brilliance. And when I say that, I don't mean that I'm any more brilliant than anybody else. I see that I'm connected to a brilliance, like I said, that, we could say that there's one brilliance in the universe, and that we're all pieces of that brilliance. And so as I wake up to that, it's kind of like in The Wizard of Oz, when they're lying in the poppy fields. They're asleep in the poppy fields after their long journey, and they wake up and look around, and in the movie, then the monkeys come, so that's not a pleasant experience. But it's kind of like waking up in the meadow after a long sleep and seeing the sunshine for the first time, and realizing that life is full of possibilities. Like, I love what you said to me, Nada, in one of our conversations. You said, I just don't think life is supposed to be this hard. Mm-hmm. And that really touched me, and I really agree with that. I think, it doesn't mean that we don't have problems, but I don't think life is supposed to be this hard. And so, helping people wake up to their own brilliance is like helping them. The first step is to see that they're even in a trance. Yeah. Right? So, the first step to change is acceptance. We have to first accept where we are and see it, and even that can be difficult, because if we see that we're in a trance and we see the results of this trance, I'm in this job that I hate, I'm in this relationship that's destructive, I have these habits in my life that are, whatever it is, addictive eating or whatever it is, it's like those are all aspects of the trance. And then waking up and seeing I'm in a trance, that in and of itself can be difficult. And then we go from there.